Hello everyone, this is GM Var Akobian and welcome to the 1000 GM Super Swiss event in LAX Hilton Hotel, and this is a round 3 coverage. So we have a couple of draws that we had, so I want to go over this with you. So the first we have Ilya Nizhnik. He drew against Grandmaster Emilio Cordova. So let's take a look at this game. Knight f3, Ilya is 2-2, so as Emilio, and these are two strong GMs. They know each other well. So yeah, solid opening approach, and then we basically have the after bishop a3 they agree to a draw. I think the position is absolutely playable. It's more or less equal here after castle, knight bd7, and developing and just putting the king. It's just going to be very hard to break a position like this, so I think this is a very solid position. So we will also have some guests, guys, joining us at this round, so make sure to tune in for that as well. So we're gonna have a nice live stream now, so you can see. So this game ended in a draw here, and there was another game that ended in a draw here. I want to cover that too. This is board number 3. We have Juraj Drusak against Lajaro Bruzon, and we have the Catalan played here by Druska. Castles and e4 here, breaking the center, knight a6, and proposed a draw here, and white took it. So there's about 100-point difference in rating. White is 25-15, the other player is 26-15. So now he goes here, knight a6, and threatening to play knight b4. So, and now threatening to play knight b4 and to control the position. a3 is coming up too. So, yeah, I think this is very solid. So let's, a game could have went on for sure here. There is no need to, they don't have to agree to a draw. But I think after this, probably Lazaro will play the move c5. And if e5, knight d7 comes in, takes, bishop d5. It's just going to be a very solid position. So now these are the games that are still ongoing. We have a couple of draws here. Alex Shabalov drew. And we have Aaron Jacobson draw against Harshit. So we have a couple of draws here on the top boards here. But let's take a look at the board number 2. So this is a game between two grandmasters. Second seed Gledura against GM Titas Stramavicius. So we have the Alapin system. Knight b3, bishop b3, and now bishop d6 comes in. Yeah, now it's just a playable position. You know, again, we have a 15-minute delay, so probably they're a little bit ahead here. But okay, more or less, I think a little bit better position for white. He can maybe take on e6 here. Take on this part. Then, after c4, I think white is going to have some nice pressure here. Bring pressure here, so takes, bishop c4 come in. So queen c7. Queen goes on e2. So trying to avoid that. And if rook takes e6, probably this is better. Then maybe a move queen b3 could be played. Putting some pressure. And rook ad1. Knight a5, queen c2, putting pressure. Rook fe1. Now we go bishop c1. Rook f6. Takes 92. Now putting pressure. E3, just rook takes e3, winning the pawn here. But since king position is a little bit weak, there is rook g6, and there is some ideas such as queen to h3 as well here. This could be pressured. So yeah, I would say some advantage here for white if he plays the move knight e6. But looks like that was not played. Looks like the move rook e1 is played instead. Just waiting to see a little bit developing. So I would give a small plus for Gledura here. 35 minutes for him and 103 for Stramavicius. Next we have Gregory Kantor against Zurab Javkadze. So let's start out with this opening. So this was a Queen's Gambit declined. Bishop d6. Queen c2. g6. Bishop f5, castles, and the move e4 is played, trying to open up the position. This makes a lot of sense. And now we go rook a d1. Yeah, try to break the position, and rook a d1, try to play at some point maybe d5. So if, let's say, you play the move knight d7, I think there is a problem with the move d5, you know, for black, because it opens up and you're going to get into some serious trouble here. Rook takes d7 is threatening, knight f6 check. So yeah, it's going to be some problems here. Queen d3 to put pressure. Rook c7, and it's just knight f6. Okay. So he goes takes. And here. D7, d5. So after rook a d1, so there is something else needs to be played. But I would say it looks pleasant for white. This d5 is coming up. It's going to be very interesting to see how black will try to defend against this threat. So knight a6. Also, I think white has a little bit of a pull here. Maybe queen b3 attacking this, and now queen c3. Knight f6 is coming up. f6, d5. Now there's a pressure on f6. Queen e6, perhaps queen b3. Yeah, I like this for white. I think there is a nice pull here from GM Kantor against Javkadze. Let's see, Javkadze has to be very careful. Okay, we have another game here. We have Viktor Gazik. I am Gazik against Denis Borosh. Denis is an experienced grandmaster. So let's take a look at this game here. We have Queen's Gambit declined. Actually, looks like it transposed to Catalan, instead of the decline. So the long theoretical line. And now trying to get the pawn. I think this is still theory here. I think this is still theory, a lot of pressure. Yeah. Now pressuring a little bit here on a7. Rook takes b1. Queen takes c3. Maybe bishop d4. Some pressure here. Two bishops. Yeah, it's important to try to win the a pawn. Once you win the a pawn, it's just going to be very difficult to do anything. So very important to take this pawn here. So let's go back. Yeah, so that's the live position right now. Yeah, we have some okay, rook b1. So the question is, I think c3 is needed, because if you don't play c3, then you're likely to lose the a7 pawn anyway. So I think it's important to play the move c3 to try to get that pawn on e2. So I would say it's quite an interesting position. Takes, bishop d4. If you take on a6, I think after queen a6 it's going to be comfortable. Okay, so that's why I think just take here is good. All right. The next game we have Kostya Kavutsky against Siddharth. So let's take a look at the Kostya's game. Kostya won the first game, lost the second, so he's 1 out of 2. He's a good friend of mine. He used to be my student. b6. Wow. This is kind of rare. I know you're supposed to play the move bishop b4. You're supposed to play bishop b4 to try to put pressure on the knight. So b6 played. Now a3, trying to prevent that. Okay, so we get into some kind of semi-Tarrasch. e5. Now bishop g5, trying to trade. Takes, knight g5 coming up. Takes, queen takes. Seven, knight d2, and they try to bring the knight to d6. So that's the idea. Knight d4, knight d6. If the knight gets on d6, I think white is going to be a little bit better. I would say there is some nice pressure here. Next game. So yeah, I think Kostya has a little bit of pull here. And this is an interesting game here. This is a game between Sandeep Seturaman. You're probably familiar with Sandeep from the tournaments in St. Louis. He played, and also in LA. So he's playing Grandmaster Denis Kadrich. And looks like, guys, we're going to have a upset. Sandeep is a strong IM. And looks like he's doing very well in this game. Knight h4, attacking the bishop. Yeah, this looks okay for black. Sacrificing the pawn. Ooh. Yeah, looks like this was this knight g7 maybe not the best. Maybe just had to play the move rook e8 here. Okay, put the rook on e8 and continue the play like this. But I played here. Bishop e7. h4. Now the idea is to try to simply trap him with knight e2. Trying to get counterplay. Yeah, this looks really tough position. I think Kadrich is in very, very serious trouble, because if he plays knight h5, it's going to be met by rook g1. And the point is, if you take, there is rook h6. Ay, ay, ay. And then take here. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. If you take, king f2. Bishop b3. Knight e2. bishop h2. Yeah, this is just such a wonderful position for white. So yeah, I expect to see a result here, and looks like it's going to be a win for Sandeep. We'll try to have Sandeep in the show with us. Okay, when he finishes his game, looks like he's very, very close to do that. So we'll keep that up. And then we have the game of, yeah, looks like this is going to be an upset, looks like. So we have John Daniel Bryant playing with the white pieces against Arman Mikaelian. So we have e4, e5, knight c6, bishop c5, bishop g5, bishop g3, d5. Ooh, this is some sharp line here. Looks like rook e8 is the main option here. Mikaelian plays a different move. Yeah, looks like just simple equality here. Take, take. Castle attacking the knight. Knight f5. King h7. Knight d6. Wow. Nice tactic. Now attacking the rook. Has to take. And now the question is what to do. Rook d2 could be played. But then perhaps rook e6. Yeah, this f5 is coming up at some point very quickly. Rook d5. Doubling up the rooks. Bishop a5, some counterplay. If you play c3, simply just takes on b2. Yeah, it's very interesting to see. I think this game is probably going to end in a draw. Maybe there's an h4 move that could be played. It's also quite interesting to take here, so that's another option. Another game we have here, we have Ivan Shitko, GM Shitko, against Justus Williams. Wow, this is an incredible game. What is going on here? Let's see. So it started off, looks like some old Indian defense by Justus. e4, wow. I was thinking maybe e3 in these positions, but... So it's like a King's Indian defense. Yeah, basically taking on d6. g5. Bishop to g3. Knight c5, attacking the pawn, and now e5. Putting pressure on the knight. Knight d7. Knight d5. Wow, looks like crushing position here. Attacking the queen. Yeah, looks like it's looking really, really bad here. The block here is bishop h5. Check. f4. Wow. It's just wow. This is amazing. Okay. So he did not take. He went queen a5 immediately. Now bishop h5 was the winning move here. So he actually played here. Take. Wow, and now this is looking just completely crushing now. In the span of two moves now, looks like Justus is just going to win the game. Now d6 is hanging. If you take, simply queen b6 check. Okay? So it's going to be a problem. Yeah. Queen c5 check is coming up too. Yeah, looks like a nice advantage. Yeah, black is just gonna win. So we expect to have Sandeep here maybe joining us after this game, and we'll try to get also Justice to come. I think he's just gonna win the game here. So then we have this game here. We have Robert Perez against Chaya Mahami. This is a very slow start to this game. So we have Sicilian, and we have G6 played. Wow, looks like some dark squares are a little bit weak here. Yeah, looks like the dark squares are weak. And now the threat is to play e5, put some pressure as well. H6, bishop d2. Rook a d1. a4. Now trying to go knight c5. Now threat is to play knight to c5. Try to put some pressure. Rook e8. Maybe knight goes on c5. Put pressure on the bishop. Bishop goes on c8. b4. d7, knight b3. Queen d6. Takes, c4. Now we have some c5 ideas. So yeah, so looks like some advantage here as well. So yeah, that covers up the first 10 boards. I'm gonna take a short break right now, guys. We'll try to get take a short break and try to get a couple of interviews here. Okay, so we will be back very shortly. So let's sorry guys, we'll be back shortly. Okay. right, welcome back everybody, and we have a special guest, Grandmaster Antipo, who just won his game, and now you have 2 points out of 3 correct. Yeah, we saw that was a tough start. Let's find your game here. Looks like a very nice attack. Take a look at this game together.
Yes, sure. I think my opponent made a huge strategical mistake on the third move. When he played knight d7. I more or less tricked him.
D3. This is interesting. Yeah, usually end games are not so easy. Yeah.
Yes, it's extremely complicated, and I mean you need to understand them really well to play properly.
At the point, knight f2.
The fact that we do not have queens doesn't mean that position is simple.
Yes. Yeah,
As I remember, h5 or g5 is the best option.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are not prepared to, then it's almost impossible to play like this.
Yeah. Anyway, very interesting. Yeah. So he played here, and this is, you think it's a mistake?
Yeah, I think it's quite. I'm not sure. Maybe he will have some option to play after.
It just looks very bad.
Yes, but now his knight on d7 is misplaced. He cannot move his bishop.
Absolutely.
And at least he's in a big risk in my perspective.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's stuck, and the bishop. Yeah, this knight really needs to be on c6.
I think that somehow he should try to focus for f6 at some moment.
Yeah.
So I think knight f6 is a huge mistake already. At least I don't know how he can play after that, because I just have extremely straightforward play. Rook e1, queen e2, knight e5, and my position is just bad.
Yeah.
Actually, it was funny because now knight e5 was a mistake because he could take. I'm not sure how strong the mistake is, but yeah, he could take knight e4. Okay, probably knight e4 first. Yeah, because now bishop e4 is possible. Knight e4 here, so I take on e4. He takes e4, and now after rook e4, he can just take 2 times on e5. So that's the point. So
and there is some background.
And I'm even much worse.
Yeah. So okay, yeah, makes sense.
This was a trick.
Take, and there's rook d1 threat coming.
So it was a trick. That's why I played queen e2 first.
Yes.
Of course.
To prevent that, queen b6,
b6,
c3.
Not exactly sure what was an idea. Probably just.
Can he try maybe at least some b6, bishop b7, or?
I think it's just pointless because my knight comes to e5. I don't really think that it's a good idea.
Bishop b7.
Okay. In my perspective, the only way for black to play is to go knight e4 and sacrifice opponent at some moment.
Yeah.
Because otherwise.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, I go knight d2, I go c3, and I just have an attack and.
Yeah, this is just really bad. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, doesn't even matter what evaluation is, because it's extremely simple for me to play and almost impossible for him.
So
honestly, I liked what he did, but it just didn't work out.
No, he really desperately wants to play the move e5, and of course you're never gonna let that happen.
Yes.
Knight e5 comes in, knight f8.
I think his idea with knight 6 d7 was fine, what he did, but unfortunately it just didn't work out.
Queen h5,
rook e7, and rook e3 is very strong. I mean, that's the only reason. That's the only reason I think
otherwise
why.
he gets to play f6, yeah.
Yes, and
because now I think it's
that's what happened. I played h3.
Okay. h3.
And I mean, he basically just lost the tempo. He played f5.
f5. If he plays, let's say h6.
h6, I think like first of all I can have knight df3 to take on h6 after.
Takes.
I mean, I have all my pieces in the attack. There is no way that such things will work.
Yes, of course. So
we had a nice one after rook h3. He played g6 here. It's not hard, but still quite cute. I take on g6 with a knight. He takes with a pawn. I go queen h8, king f7, and now I go bishop g6.
Ooh, beautiful! If he takes with the knight, rook h7.
Yes, he takes with the king. I go queen g8, rook g7, rook h6. G3 is protected. King h6, knight f3, king g6, knight h4.
This is beautiful.
And I'm waiting. Yeah, it's quite a nice line.
It
took me some time to calculate it.
Yeah. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Takes.
Just mate.
Wow. Very nice.
Yes.
Very pretty. Very pretty. Okay.
And if he's not taking on, if he's taking on e5 with a pawn.
Here.
Yes. Bishop h7.
Bishop h7.
King
knight h8, just bishop g6.
Knight h7, queen h7, king f7, and now queen h5 is the easiest one. I personally, honestly, I didn't find it immediately. My first calculation was rook f3, knight f6, take on e5, and in worst case I could just go queen h5, take on e5. My position is completely winning.
Yes.
But queen h5 ends game just immediately.
Game, No, this is very nice. Okay, so he played here. Now you have to play f5.
I think I made really good move queen h4.
Queen h4.
Because he might be able to take on e5 at some moment. For example, like if I call knight f3, I think he can take on f5. I mean, his position is awful anyway, but
at least he can fight.
It's still some kind of a play.
Maybe bishop here.
I mean, it's like a bad French, basically, but
yes, I agree.
I mean, it's not even it's not lost
but
yet.
you get this kind of position.
Yeah, and
sometimes,
I think queen h4 is a really strong move because I prevent knight e5 because now rook is pinned.
Yeah.
And
take bishop c5. Yeah, before.
Yeah, maybe rook e8 was an option to take on e5 somehow, but now after queen 7, I think it's completely lost. I was called bishop b5 because basically bishop on d3 is not doing anything since he pushed f5, so it's reasonable for me to exchange, and now it's just over because
rook e1 is coming.
I mean, basically there is no protection from all the threats.
We don't have all the moves because of the delay, so maybe you can just...
Yeah, he played h6 in this position. I go knight gf7, bishop takes e5, knight takes h6.
h6.
G takes h6, bishop e5, knight g6. He played knight g6, and I go queen h6 and he resigned.
He resigned, It's just
inevitable
getting mated. This is nice,
yeah?
Very nice. Yeah, congratulations on a nice win. So we looked at your round 1 game a little bit, and it looked like you had a good position, right? If you in the opening, or it's if you don't play the move.
It's hard to say. I just blundered.
You blundered bishop g5.
Yes, but honestly, game was extremely complex.
Complex, yeah. There were some chances later on, right?
Yes, but like after the game, I was completely surprised with real evaluations, because like when position was like -5, I thought it's just complicated. I did not feel over the board that it's like completely lost. I mean, of course it's dangerous, but I didn't feel like it's -5 with almost any move.
Absolutely, and some of the lines were really crazy.
And also when I took on f7, I thought that I'm just much better, because like I already have 2 extra pawns. I take on a7, it's like third pawn, and like I already wanted to I thought that it's almost winning for me.
Yes.
Somehow I could play for an advantage, but of course
sure. It was very complex game. Very complex game. But anyway, thank you, Mikhail, for joining us. We'll let you get some rest. If you win some more good games, please join us here. We will be here. Okay. Thank you, and good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, guys. So we have more results coming in here. So let's take a look now to see what updates we have here. In this board, we have Grandmaster Gledura. Looks like a little bit better against Stramavicius. Let's take a look. The last few moves here. c4 was played actually. g3 and just... now g3, rook e8, let's say, queen d1. If the dark square bishops come off the board, it would be fantastic, but bishop f4, queen d7 attacking the pawn, king g2, g5, bishop d2, takes, queen takes. And queen d3, trying to defend this. Rook e6. Rook d1, let's say. a5, b3. Yeah, it's just more or less equal here in this position. We expect to see perhaps justice. Dennis Kaddish drew the game that we thought is just going to be over. Suddenly ended in a draw, guys. Players agreed to a draw. I think Sandeep just misevaluated the position. Aha, he took with the queen. Yeah, just bishop takes. Bishop takes was +4. Keep the queens on the board. I don't know why he traded queens, because here you want to keep the pieces and just try to attack the opponent because the blocking is more weak. So he played queen g5, giving away most of the advantage. Takes on h5, queen f6. Bishop h3 again, still an advantage if the rook h1 is played here. Yeah, this is just equal now. So yeah, this game ended in a draw. Missed opportunities for Sandeep Seturaman. And I think the other game we're gonna see here, probably it's gonna be this one here. We expect to see Justice to win this. It's nearly +6. It's amazing. Like couple of moves, it was like +4 here for white after the move 95. But I mean, F4 is just, you know, from almost +5, it went to -3. Yeah, one move just makes such a difference in the evaluation here, guys. So F4, 94, and now just a very important check. The point here is if you go here, it is time to take with a check here. Take back, and after 95, everything is just starting to fall apart. F7 is guarded, things are defended. Rook takes D5, simply Queen E3. And black is just gonna pick up all the pawns, and the dark squares are just gonna be very, very weak here. Queen H6 and take. So 95, F4, and yeah, we expect to see this happening. So so we're still here. Players are still thinking, but I think we're gonna see a result in this game. So no perfect score so far yet here, guys. No perfect score we see. Yeah, we'll see if anybody will have the perfect. Let's take a look at Danish Borosh game against Gazik. So here we left off around here, guys, and we were trying to see if the C3 will be played, which was played. Takes, Bishop D3, and now the rook is under attack. Yeah, it's going to be a nice advantage here. And rook B7, A5. So rook A7, Queen B8. Yeah, it's very interesting to see here. If you try to take the pawn immediately, then you have the rook first of all hanging. So it's just, yeah. So yeah, looks like position is still complicated, and the rook b7 needs to be played. The clock situation is we have 25 minutes for Gazik, and we have 35 for Danish Borosh. So yeah, it's very interesting. Let's see the other game. Let's see how Kosti Kavutsky is doing here. He's playing with the white pieces. Very solid position here for black, and here there is certainly some pressure here on c6. So the question is, what's the best way to parry this threat? So maybe the move h6 makes sense, because now if you take on c6, bishop takes, hitting the rook. And if you take, just simply takes. And I think this is just going to be equal. In fact, Queen c1 is kind of, so perhaps black might be even a little bit better in this case. So if rook c4, bishop goes back, let's say a4. Yeah, here we see the fantastic move bishop c5, because you cannot take because of the rook is landing on d1. So rook will be landing on d1, and it's just going to be a background checkmate. So here bishop takes d4. Okay, so very nice idea. So the black is a little bit better here in this line. So after h6, perhaps move like bishop d2 could be played, because if we go here, then there is knight a5. But if we put a bishop on d2, knight a5, we can trade and take on a5. So that's the idea to avoid this. So Queen e4. Yeah, looks like might be a repetition here. Yeah, in this game here we have f3, rook d4, take. Bishop f2 attacking this. b3. c4. Try to get some counterplay here. Takes. There was always rook d8. Yeah, so this should be just equal here, this position. So we expect. So yeah, we will have Justus joining us when he finishes his game. I think there is no question he's gonna win this. I don't see anything. Knight takes and 95. If bishop f2 is played, then simply even queen takes c4, trading everything. And now you don't have the threat here because you just simply blocked up your rook. So it's gonna be a big problem here. Yeah, this would be a huge win for him, and this will put him in 2.5 out of 3 in in a really good position to try to get that GM Norm. Justus has been a IM for a while now, and he's looking for those opportunity to play for GM Norm, and he has done quite well in the recent months, played in both St. Louis events. All right, so let's see here. Moving down to the Mahami game, so we have some moves after bishop g5. h6 was played, queen h3, and now the question is what to do in this position. Black needs to try to develop the pieces, so rook g8. Well, that's not an easy yeah, it's not easy to do anything. So let's see here. Now rook g8. Wow, that's not going to be easy move to find. So the problem with this move is bishop goes on h4, g5, bishop goes on g3. Now putting some pressure. h5, bishop e5, activating d4, simply 92. d4, bishop e4. Bishop e5, queen e3. Trying to play g3, bishop will go back, queen g5. Yeah, very complicated position. And, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of strong matchups on the top boards, guys, because after the first few rounds, and we're gonna see. That's why we're seeing a lot of potential, draws and stuff. So after g5, now the bishop is saying so. Bishop d2, there is queen c5. So takes, queen takes a5. Yeah, we already saw Mikhail's win here. Let's see how is Andy doing. Andy doing well. He's got the white pieces here. He's playing against Kyron Griffith, and a little bit nice activity here with the knight, some pressure here. So it looks like a nice advantage here for white. Bishop takes d5 could be played. The point is now if you take back with a rook, knight a c7, attacking the rook. d8. check, take, and now rook d8. Oftentimes you win a pawn, but this a4 pawn is quite weak, and that's going to give opportunities to try to make a draw. So f4, check. Actually, yeah, try to attack, takes. Now attacking this. Yep. Yeah, with the threat. Yeah, so yeah, I think Andy has some chances here. So the clock situation is 24 minutes for him and 35 for Black here. And I'm curious to see any other games we haven't looked at it. This is a game between Samruk Narayan against Zhao Jinchao. Zhao Jinchao is a strong 2600 grandmaster who's been a little bit struggling in this tournament. He's got 2 draws against lower rated opponents. Let's take a look what happened. He played a Sicilian defense, but at some point it looks like things didn't go very well for him, and he got himself into a little bit of trouble here in this line. So bishop g5, bishop f4. Of course, you cannot take on e4 because of the move queen c1, but here you're just falling behind in development. Rook a6. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Take. Yeah, looks should be okay here in this position. Okay, 7. That's a strange move. I think this knight should come into the game for sure. These knights are well placed like this. Knight 7 f6. He's worried about this one, but just rook f8. Yeah, you have great activity here. Yeah, you're never pretty much losing this position, you know, because you're just gonna have a lot of counterplay. h5 coming up too. But he played here. He went this way, and now it's just passive because the knight cannot move. Yeah, maybe he can try to make a draw somehow, but it's just it's definitely going to be a uphill battle here, and maybe he can make a draw here, but it's just going to be tough. Let's take a look at my friend's game. My student also, Rabbi Kevelashvili, he's playing with the white pieces, black pieces here against Batch, Batch and Geo, and the pawn structure is compromised, which is, if the pawn was on b3, then I would say the position is completely equal. But the pawn structure being the way it is, it's giving some chances here. So let's see here. Queen e3, and he's trying to play the move h5 at some point. h5, g5. So let's say bishop d7. Attacking the pawn. h5. That will be met by g5. Now idea to put h6. King goes on h8. Bishop c2. Bishop f5. And if the exchange occurs, there's pressure now here. There is some g4 threats at some point you have to worry. Yeah, this is a big difference in a pawn structure, okay? If pawn structure was on double, it's just it would have been much easier. But with this, it just makes it easier for Black to continue to play. Queen e8. Now we have to allocate some defense to this. Now here. Yeah, and now queen f8. And it's just gonna get, yeah, one more, let's say, waiting move. Queen f8, and boom. You can't defend this, you have to go here, and once you go there, that allows the move g4 takes. Queen h6 apparently is very strong, but you can also just take the pawn. You know, if you don't want to sacrifice anything, you can even take the pawn. So yeah, it looks like gonna be a very, very nice advantage here. So yeah, absolutely. So bishop f5 played. Instead, bishop f5 played by Robbie. Robbie is looking for that first win. He's had a slow start so far, but hopefully he can get that W and get on the scoreboard, because winning is very important for the confidence. So yeah, so looks like Justice game is just continuing that the way that we predicted it. King here takes 95, and now it's just there is the move rook h6. Maybe shit goes. Last chances to play this move. Bishop h6 takes, and now just knight takes. Queen f7 check. King h8. The point being here, you cannot take with the rook because there is a rook e1 check and queen g1 mate. So if you take with the queen, then simply rook f8 ends the game. That being said, the only move left is this. And there is just the queen d4. Wow. Again, you cannot leave this rook here because you are getting mated on a back rank with this. So queen f7, bishop e6 takes, rook g8. Here I take, now attacking this. Takes. Now there's pressure on a2. Yeah, so I think, yeah, rook d5. Yeah, I think queen e3 will be played. He played rook d5, and yeah, queen e3 is expected, and activating the queen and putting some pressure. Yeah, I think this will be the next move here. I expect to see a resignation coming up shortly after this, because after queen e3, you gotta get the queens off the board, but then you're just basically playing down a whole piece and a really bad position after bishop e6. So we should have, I think, Justice joining us after this game. So again, it'll be a great start for him, and hopefully this will give him some good chances. So yeah, rook d5 is the move. Queen e3 is a very natural move, and if he takes on h6, that allows the move queen h6, and now the bishop is pinned. Okay, so it's just very, very difficult to do anything here. Takes, rook takes e5. I'm taking this. So it's very, very difficult position here. Yeah. Queen e3 is played as expected, and yeah, just a very, very difficult position here we see. Let's see here. Very natural move. G3 is saying, yeah, it really backfired pretty badly. It looked like it really looked like white was just going to be first, but things got really complicated. I don't know if there was a f4. Yeah, bishop h5, it's not an easy move to find. Like, if you play it this way, then yeah, I guess it's not so simple because of this move. F6. Yeah, I mean, just black is just going to be a little bit more comfortable here. '92, something like this. But yeah, that didn't happen, and the queen e3 move is there. And let's see now what to do here. It's really a lot of pressure here for black. Yeah, black should be winning here. In a Stramavicius game, it's just about equal here. He's fighting for the dark squares. Yeah, close counter. Boros against Gazik. And it looks like Gazik is got the upper hand now. Somehow bishop d3, rook b7, and it was a very important move a5 that needed to be played, but f6 was played, and now queen b2. The problem after f6 is just position has become weakened. And now after this, there's move bishop a7 with the very unpleasant threat of rook b8. So king f7, b8. Ah, there's queen a6. Queen c6. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, king f7, just pressure. Knight e7, rook b8 is under attack. Yeah, this should be a draw. Equality we have here. And Andy with some advantage here against. Alright, I will take a short break now, guys, and try to see if Justice has finished up his game, so we can have an interview with the winner, okay? So let's see if it goes. So I'll be back shortly, okay?
strategy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, play people your own age. we should have a round robin for like everyone over 30. Yeah, that would be fun. Oh, when is that? Mm-hmm. Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, playing like strong players is really mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, you're working with one of the programs, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, you guys have a good group. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's good. Yeah. You would come out to Illinois. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Oh, congratulations. Oh wow. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. That's, I know. Yeah. Yeah, some of my best friends just had a little baby now. Very, very cute. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, he's right. Yeah. No, he's more like in Silicon Valley, kind of like by Berkeley on the peninsula. Yeah, almost all online. Yeah, it's much easier. It's especially in the Bay Area, like if you go somewhere, it's a little quiet and no traffic and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's really easy online. When do you get back to your? Oh, just shutting it down. Okay. Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you wanted to grab lunch, but yeah, if you're busy, maybe a different day. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if we have time, yeah. See if it works. Yeah, sounds good. Nice. Yeah, yeah, we'll see how it goes, yeah. I lost to a guy from Slovakia that was like 25-20 or something. Yeah, I think he was pretty beautiful, but I didn't play great. Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. All right, thanks.
All right, we are back after the break here, guys, and looks like the game of justice is gonna go on for a little bit more here. Let's see what happened here. Queen e3 was played, knight d3, bishop e6. Oh, bishop d5 played. He did not play bishop takes e5. Bishop e5. Now the rook is hanging. Yeah, this would have probably ended the game a little bit quicker because now here, just trade. I mean, this is just completely lost. So that didn't happen. So he went here. Knight h6. They repeated it. Bishop g2. Oh yeah, take maybe even. Yeah, rook e2 is just winning as well here. Bishop e5, just giving mate. Yeah, no, it's just completely winning for justice here. We'll hopefully we'll get him soon. we're gonna probably close the show pretty soon here, but we'll see if we'll have some more results. It looks like this game white is just pressing. There was the bishop e8 played here. Bishop e8 takes. So the line goes like this, I think. Bishop a7, bishop e8, take, and a5. And yeah, it's going to be very hard to stop this a6 pawn. The pawn will get to a6, and yeah, will be some nice pressure here. Queen d7, a6, bishop goes back, a7, and continue to push. Okay, so that's the idea. Yeah, this looks like about equality here. Yeah, I think there will be a couple of draws we're gonna see here. Yeah, it's a very strong field, so it's gonna be hard for anybody to run away with this. So it's gonna be a lot of solid games, and we'll see how, you know. But I think like tournament like this, definitely 7 will win it. My prediction, 7 out of 9 for sure wins, which is called +5. So that I think will probably be the winning score here in this event. Queen to h5. Okay, so the game is still continuing here after this. Yeah, rook e2 is very good. I mean, queen takes g5 is very good too. To that, but then maybe just a little bit of consolidating. Yeah, knight on f5 gives a little bit of chances, but I think it's just going to be difficult to do much here. And as soon as you go for the material, just take, and then you just get actually literally mated here with the move rook e1. Okay, so that's a very tough position here. All right, so that's where things stand at the moment, guys. So it looks like some nice pressure for white here as well. Couple of opportunities here. Maybe white can try to play a3, move the queen, and then play h3. Yeah, as soon as you play the move f6, there is always a little bit of a danger that things can go wrong. So that's the idea. Queen can go on f7 perhaps. Knight c5 takes, d takes, h5, queen c2. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Queen a4 takes, rook d1 is coming up. Queen e6, knight d4. Again, optically maybe a tiny bit better for white, but it's going to be very hard to defend this. All right. Let's see if we have some more moves from Justice Williams. We will get an interview with him, even if okay, CD was played. Yeah, I think rook e2 is just very strong. Rook e2 and rook e2, just with the queen g4 idea. Rook e2 and queen c4, just simply bishop e5. And yeah, I think that just pretty much ends the game right here. Yeah. Lots of pressure here as well. All right. And this game is close to equality. So, all right, guys, I think we're gonna end the show right now, and we'll have an interview with Justice when it finishes, and it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. Okay. Thank you everybody for watching this live commentary, and we'll be back also with the recap videos. Make sure to tune in for the 1000 GM YouTube channel. Okay, thank you everybody, and see you soon.